That big old dangly thing in the back of your throat is called a uvula, Cardi B. You fucking dumbass. How you doing? How you doing? I want to talk to the women of the world for a second. I want to have a conversation. Because you and I ultimately want the same goal. And that's a better future for women, right? I want a better future for my daughter. You want a better future for yourselves. So, how do we get there? How do we as a society stomp out misogyny and stomp out sexism? How do we do it? Because, see, misogyny and sexism are two different things. You know that, right? Sexism is the discrimination of sex, which a woman can absolutely be sexist. It's not like a black person who can't be racist. A woman can be sexist. Misogyny, however, is a guy literally hating a woman and thinking that a woman is beneath her, beneath him. A woman cannot be misogynistic. I think it's important to note the difference in these definitions because they're often used today as if they're the same. And there's a lot of women out there that think that they cannot be sexist, and that is not true. I see it every fucking day. I am a single dad that busts his ass and barely scrapes by and is scared shitless of my fucking little girl growing up in this world with a bunch of little Andrew Tates and a bunch of little Cardi B's. And yeah, I want to know the answer. Well, what do you think the answer is? Because to the women out there that seem like they actually care about sexism and want to get rid of it, I only see you blaming half the problem, and that's basically just blaming men. And while, yes, there's a lot of sexist and misogynistic men out there, there are just as many women pulling women down. You know, for every woman that's tired of being catcalled, there's 9 more that'll turn around and say, here's my OnlyFans. You know, you can't have women like Cardi B fucking their way to the top and being admired for it and then producing songs telling little girls that the better that they suck a fucking dick and the fatter their ass is, the more valuable of a wife you are. Like, you don't get to idolize people like that and then blame guys for as to why you're objectified. Like, little Andrew Tates and little Cardi B's, man. So what do? Do we just always deal with the fact that half men are stupid and half women are stupid? Or are we ever going to get to a spot as a society where women are actually treated with respect and a guy's instant response to a woman isn't to objectify her, it's to treat her like a human being? Because I'm tired of having female customers thank me for not being a creep. That's doing bare fucking minimum. And you know what I do to not be a creep? I just sit in the car with them and don't say anything. That's it. That's it. Who would have thunk? I just don't say anything. If they speak to me, I speak back. Otherwise, I keep my fucking mouth shut. I don't say, hey, you're beautiful, or hey, you should smile more, or hey, what's your number, or hey, this, hey, that. It is so gross the way that women are treated, and I genuinely care about it. But I've also lived a life where I have actively watched women contribute to the way that women are being treated. You know, you don't like my own mother. Let's use her as an example. Her way of surviving was bounce from dude to dude. I've stated numerous of times on this channel I lived with 13 different fucking guys growing up. How does a woman like that not contribute to sexism? How does a woman like that not contribute to the idea that a woman is that a woman is in need of protecting? You can call it traditional values, but I don't think there's anything traditional about being confined to being a dude's object, child bearer. that isn't traditional. The world's... Back in caveman days, women needed protecting, right? Things were different, but the world is different now, obviously. And as the world changes, society needs to as well. Now we are independent. Now we all start from the same starting line, or we're trying to get there. We're not there yet, but I'm hoping that we will get there one day. But I truly don't think that we will. And it's because we're not calling out the entire problem. We're only calling out half of it. While you're watching this video getting offended of me mansplaining these things to you, that's exactly my fucking point. See, I'm the first one to point out when a guy's being a creep. I'm the first one to call that shit out. I have fucking called out how many creeps on this channel so far. And I intend on continuing to. But whenever I point out that a woman is helping contribute to sexism, that's a fucking problem. How? It isn't just men. Okay? You don't get to constantly share memes about how you're a damsel in distress and you have it harder than a working man and blah fucking blah. Or sharing posts that all men are creeps and blah fucking blah, generalizing all dudes. You don't get to hypocritically say shit like that and then get mad when a dude does it to you. You're fighting fire with fire. If you want dudes to stop generalizing you as objects or damsels in distresses, then you can't just generalize all dudes as being creeps. It's such a complicated subject, and it's such a complicated thing to solve. But the answer isn't OnlyFans. The answer isn't just blaming men. The answer isn't just blaming women. The answer is calling out sexism when you see it, no matter who it's coming from. And sometimes that includes your fellow women. And you're not willing to fucking do that. For some reason, you just instantly take their side. You can admit that no wrong. There is not a single woman that I have dated that hasn't fucked me over and to this day still thinks that they were 100% in the right in the relationship and takes no fault for their part in the relationship. And we'll talk about that in another video one day. But I just want to point out, when it comes to taking accountability and admitting you're wrong, the whole happy wife, happy life saying, yeah, that's an issue. It's also why I'm fucking single. Because no, I'm not willing to let you always be right. That's not how it should be. Because you're not. Sometimes you need to take accountability for being fucking wrong. Sometimes you need to call out your fellow woman for contributing to fucking sexism. And you don't do that. And it pisses me off. Because unless you do that, we're never going to get anywhere. You don't get to idolize people like Cardi B and then put down Andrew Tate. They're both doing the same thing. They are... One is teaching a boy how to not be a boy, and one is teaching a woman how to not be a woman. They're both doing the same fucking thing. Kim K, like Paris Hilton, women that have only gotten famous by making a fucking sex tape. OnlyFans models. No, hot tub streamers looking for any loophole to show your butthole. Yeah, you're actively helping out sexism, dude. You are. And the fact that half of you won't call that out is bullshit. Oh, no judgment, no shame here, no shame. Yeah, fuck you. No, it's not fucking right that I should sit here as a single dad and work myself to the fucking teeth just so you can go out and sell fucking OnlyFans and abandon every little kid that you fucking pop out. And yeah, I've seen women do that. But I don't get to sit here and say all women do that and generalize and pretend like every single woman is a sexist asshole that does OnlyFans. So why do y'all do that to men? How is that helping the issue? If anything, that creates misogynists. If you sit here and falsely accuse a dude of being sexist just to get your way, like the fucking bitch of a customer I had a week ago, that's how you create misogyny. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of seeing it. I'm tired of seeing incels that hit on women and are really fucking creepy. I'm tired of seeing dating coaches that say shit like I quoted a minute ago that, like, if you go and hit on a woman, it's a win-win situation for everyone involved because either she takes you in or you get to deal with rejection, but we're not gonna fucking pretend like the woman's a person and we're ruining her day. You got Andrew Tate fucking clones that sit here and are just anti-woman. They vomit every time they hear the word woman, which Meat Canyon's video on that is so fucking funny. Yet aren't gay. They're anti-gay too, so I guess they're asexual. My point is I think the world's going to get worse. I mean, sexual assault, that shit's at an all-time high. It only gets worse every year as the population grows and the more youth that is influenced to think like Andrew Tate or Cardi B or Kim K or these fucking idiots. It's no surprise that sexual assault, murders, all these shit are on the rise. It's no surprise that 3 out of 4 Uber drivers that are dudes are creeps when they get a woman in their fucking car. But you don't just get to blame the fucking creep. You don't. When you see a hot tub streamer happily taking money from a fucking creep, guess what? You're enabling that dude to be creepy. That's what you're doing. Also, you can make a buck. And he's going to go on and he's going to be creepy to a woman that doesn't want to deal with his creepiness. Because you have enabled him to think that it is okay. And helped feed into that idea that you are just a fucking hole. I don't know how to talk about this without being offensive, but it's the fucking truth. Like, it is. I've watched it, I've lived it. I've had a mother that was like the worst human being to dudes, and just the way she survived was awful. She was the worst. My ex-wife, the shit that she did is unfathomable. I was the victim of physical abuse for fucking years, man. Just for this woman to cheat, leave, turn around and claim I was the abuser when I did no such thing. I got cheated on for being boring, and then she was instantly believed, and I got kicked out of my apartment for doing nothing but getting cheated on and setting it up, and spending all the money on it. I have watched women take that I'm a woman card and fucking apply it to every aspect of their life, and then turn around and get mad when they're confined to that I'm a woman role. You survive off literally having dudes buy your nudes or bouncing from dude to dude and call it traditional values, and then you're mad when a dude treats you as if your only skill is bouncing from dude to dude. You have to thank your fellow women for that. My sister, somehow, after growing up the way that she did with my mother, is in a university, busting her ass. She could be stripping, she could be bouncing from dude to dude, but she broke the cycle and recognized what that was. But at the same time, me and my sister often get in debates because just yesterday she shared a meme that blames all men. How do you have a mother like we had and then blame all men everywhere? Like, why are women so incapable of blaming other women for setting them back? Why? As long as you're not willing to do that, sexism ain't going anywhere. Misogyny isn't going anywhere. Shit's not gonna get better for women. That's just the fucking truth. Because there are a lot of women that are helping set you back. There are, just for every fucking creep that's out there, there's a woman making money off of it. And you can say, well, the guy was being creepy anyway. We just found a way to make money off of it. Fuck you. You gave up. That's what you did. You're being objectified and you gave the fuck up. And let's call it what it is. It's fucking laziness. Sex work, porn, it shouldn't exist. But it's $1 billion industry, so it'll always exist. It ain't going anywhere. It makes too much money, but it exists for no reason other than to dehumanize women. It's fucking gross, and it makes up for 90% of the goddamn internet. That's fucking insane. What do you think that's doing to... But as long as you got a woman that's willing to get fucked on camera, then you're always going to be able to have a dude watching it, aren't you? I don't know, man. You know, this video is going to get a lot of hate, and I don't want that to happen. I love women. I care about this issue, like I said, more than half of y'all. I call out fucking, like, you just have no fucking idea, dude. No, I'm not going to give myself a pat on the back for doing bare minimum and calling out creeps and shit. I'm just going to say that you have no fucking idea how much I actually care about this. And seeing women that actively contribute to it and then turn around and fucking pretend like they care about it is... it's terrible. You act like just because I'm a guy, I'm not allowed to have a say in this, and that I definitely can't be right over you when it comes to sexism. But that's absolutely not true at all. At fucking all. What do I tell this little girl when she grows up? It's okay, sweetie. You're gonna be beautiful. Why don't you just do OnlyFans? That's the easiest way to make it. You could put yourself through college that way because we're broke as fuck. So just do that. Right? No shame. Right? I mean, you're only sending your nudes to a bunch of creeps to have forever and ever to, you know, just look at you as a whole for their pleasure. Jerk off to it over and over again for as long as they fucking want. And then they just proceed to look at all women that way. And then whenever a guy looks at you that way, you can turn around and complain about it. I have been so fucked over by women, dude. And to this day, am still... somehow, after being a single dad and overcoming all the shit that I've overcame, after being cheated on, after the position that I've gotten put in by a woman, I still get to come home and read about how I'm the problem and I'm the one contributing to sexism. And that women really have it harder than me, and blah fucking blah fucking blah. You got it harder when you do OnlyFans for a living. You got it harder because you're a stay-at-home mom and you gotta watch your fucking kid watch a movie. You know, I've been a stay-at-home dad. I've been a stay-at-home mom. I've been a stay-at-home dad. I've been a working dad. And I've been a single dad. You want to take a stab at which one of those was the easiest? Stay-at-home dad. Because I got to hang out with my best fucking friend every day. Now, I only have one kid, obviously. But, again, to sit here, bust my ass all day, single-handedly, Got no time for friends. Got no time to go party and go fuck some random guy this weekend. I gotta fucking sit here and, yeah, read about how I'm a creep, even though I did nothing today. Even though I stand up against fucking sexism more than your dumbass does. You're over here bumping Cardi B, pretending to care about it when it's not benefiting you. But if you're going about, if your way of solving sexism is to just blame all men, it ain't going anywhere. If every guy wasn't sexist, imagine a world, stay with me here, because I know this is going to be hard. Imagine a world where every guy respected women, where every single guy respected women, and just didn't have an emotional response whenever he saw a woman. Just looked at her as like if they were a dude, right? Just automatically had respect for women. Was raised right, whatever. Just imagine a world where every single guy in the world respected women and treated them how they should be treated. If half y'all are running around selling your pussy, if half y'all are doing porn, if half y'all are bumping Cardi B and idolizing that, you will slowly change those guys to see you as objects. So, in a world where I would say over half the guys are sexist, misogynistic pigs, and in a world where half the women seem to influence that, and a lot of stars and women fuck their way to the top and then influence young girls everywhere that, like Cardi B, that the more guys you fuck, the more valuable you are. Do you really see this issue getting better just by blaming dudes? Like, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. If you only blame half the problem's never gonna be solved. Because the problem isn't just guys. Sexism is alive and well because of your fellow women, too. There are definitely sexist guys out there, and it needs to be addressed, and it needs to be called out every fucking time. But for every woman that's falsely crying rape, for every fucking woman like Cardi B, for every woman like Kim K, for every woman like Natalie Reynolds, you gotta call that shit out too. As long as you're not willing to do that, which I know you never will be because you're not capable of admitting that you're wrong or admitting that another woman's wrong, then it ain't gonna go anywhere. And you don't have anybody to really blame but your fucking selves. And she's gonna have to grow up in that. And goddamn, dude, to watch you OnlyFans models sit here with kids, that must be fucking great, right? Teach your goddamn daughter to not only not respect herself, but if you have a son, 100% he's gonna grow up either hating women or only seeing them as holes. I hate this world. I really fucking do. It's so gross. It's so disgusting. Like, just two sides of the same coin. If you're an OnlyFans model, you are no better than a sexist fucking bigoted dude. Sorry. You're causing the same problem. And I might not post this video. I'm tired. I've worked all day, and I'm not as well mentally put together as I would like to be, because this is an important subject that I want to talk about thoroughly and word carefully. But I want what's best for women. I want a future out there where women don't have to feel fucking unsafe every time they're alone. Don't you? I want a future where I'm not being thanked for being creepy. Not being creepy. I want a future where Women aren't being catcalled every time they go in the fucking store. I want a future where women ain't just fucking doing porn, getting fucked on camera. I want a future where women don't feel like that's their only goddamn solution to life. I want a future where women don't value themselves by how many likes they get or the way they fucking look. I want a future where women don't feel like they have to fucking all look the same and paint their face like Kim K to look sexy. Like, I don't know. But good luck, man. Good luck, because it's going to be a tough ride. Population's expected to double. I don't know how many times I've said that. 30 years. Y'all don't seem to be grasping how soon that is. COVID was 5 years ago. Okay, that's a sixth. 30 years. That is right around the corner, baby. We will have double the amount of people here. What direction do you think we're heading in right now? Where every fucking guy can look up any fucking woman he wants to and buy her pictures forever to jerk off to. And half the fucking women are okay with that and idolizing people like Cardi B. And for every fucking woman out there that doesn't do that for a living and wants to get rid of that, get away from that, all their solution is to shit on men. And then you got little Andrew Tate clones that just are misogynistic fucking creepy dudes getting, like, God, man, you just got the worst of both sides influencing our youth, and I fucking hate it. People like Aiden Ross and Sneeko have no business influencing young men, and people like fucking Cardi B and Natalie Reynolds have no business influencing young women. And unfortunately, I think we're fucked. And I think all of you that call out sexism when it doesn't benefit you and bitch about creepy men don't really give a fuck about actually solving the problem. You just care about being a victim, which is funny because it makes you look like a damsel in distress, which is the very idea that you're trying to stomp out. Anyway, thanks for watching. Now, if you've made it to this point in the video, understand that I am not trying to anger you. I am not trying to hurt your feelings. I am not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to use my platform for bad. I am trying to bring up an actual problem. And just because I have a penis doesn't mean I can't talk about this, because this is just through basic observation. The number of guys that are treating women like holes is growing. It isn't a coincidence that simultaneously the number of girls that are doing OnlyFans and the number of fucking role models for women, and like, it isn't a coincidence. You can't have one without the other. And what I'm saying is we need to call out sexism all the time, and that, no, it isn't you go girl when you see your girl doing OnlyFans and then turning around and blaming men for being shitty. That isn't the answer. That'll never solve the fucking problem, ever. And that's just through basic observation. I would like to think that you would want to be in a future where, I don't know, that your pussy isn't the first thing that comes up in a dude's mind. And I mean, there's sexual attraction and whatnot, but just know I'm rooting for you. I want what's best for women, and I don't know. It's going to be a hard obstacle to overcome. And unless we wisen up, I just don't see it getting any better. I see it getting much worse, and that scares me. It scares me for the future of my daughter. It scares me for more women. Dude, I've had women in my car terrified because of their previous Uber drivers. I hate that. I genuinely fucking do. I want to reach the same solution as you. And if you've made it this far in the video, then what I hope you take from this is that the next time that you're on Facebook or whatever fucking social media site, instead of just sharing your opinion that you hate all men, and fucking call out a woman for enabling that creepy dude. Call out a woman that's sitting here defending porn. Call out a woman that's fucking leading to sexism. It is fucked up to me that I am literally sitting here looking skinnier every video, killing myself to make it work, to be an idol for this little girl. And instead of my ex-wife, this is her 4th child, by the way, she's abandoned. Instead of my ex-wife getting blamed for as to why sexism is alive and well, and for as to why women fucking aren't believed when it comes to physical abuse and shit. Instead of blaming her, I'm the one that gets blamed at the end of the day. I'm the one that gets generalized and lumped into the group of all the guys because you're just anti-men instead of actually wanting to solve the problem. You let women like my ex-wife get away with doing the shit they do, actively contributing to sexism and making it harder for the next woman, won't call that shit out, and then blame me, who's fucking killing myself to make ends meet for my little girl. Yeah, that doesn't sit right with me, so I'm gonna make a fucking video about it. And I'm sorry, but your solution of just being anti-men is bullshit, and it'll never actually solve the problem. You need to actually start calling out sexism when you see it on both accounts. You need to start calling out fucking people that are actually contributing to it. If enough people actually band together and start calling out sexism as a whole every time they see it, then maybe we actually get somewhere. But if we only call it out when it's towards dudes, it ain't going anywhere. Bye.